Understand this, and your manifestation will never be delayed, will never be blocked. In today's video, I really want to break through a very important concept, which is excess potential. Let's talk about it. And if you're interested, just keep on watching. Hello everyone, my name is Nega, and on this channel we talk about the law of assumption, manifestation, esotericism, quantum physics, and so much more. On Patreon we do make extra videos, so make sure to sign up. The link is down below. Private coachings are also down below. Now, even in regards to private coaching, this is something that some of my clients do struggle with, where I really saw, not everyone, because some people just take what I say and they do it, they don't doubt it. And those are the people that end up manifesting after a week that they do coaching with me. But some other people might have some doubts here and there, and that is totally fine. That is the reason why they do coaching in the first place. But I noticed, especially in the last month, I had to reteach this concept of excess potential to my clients over and over and over and over again. And I noticed even from the requests of the comment section, you guys were always asking me, do a video on excess potential, do a video on excess potential. How do I not get attached to the outcome? How is it possible to live in the wishful field and not get attached? How am I ever gonna feel that my manifestation are not important when money perhaps is very important, or love and relationships are very important? Now, excess potential and having excess potential doesn't mean that you don't feel that having the love of your life, or having the money, or having the career of your dreams, or whatever manifestation, it's not important 100%. Excess potential is to put things up on a pedestal and become dependent upon them to the point where we are idolizing a career, we are idolizing a person, and we're not objectively looking at the quality of the person, at our life in general, and we are not becoming reliable only to the self and therefore living truly in the wishful field. But we feel always that the 3D, this external reality, has to validate how we feel, and therefore we put ourselves not in the condition of being the creator, but we put ourselves into being the reactor of life. So this is key, you guys. Now, excess potential, in my opinion, goes hand in hand with the concept of resistance or the concept of doubt. In my previous videos, I explained to you guys how much there is nothing that can limit yourself, there is nothing that can block your manifestation apart from one thing. And all teachers have taught about this, even on YouTube. All coaches, I assume they will agree with me because I did talk with coaches. This is like universal to everyone, even though we know that we create our own assumption. However, I still do believe that in the universe there are laws that have to be respected. So for instance, the law of assumption is a law. The law or law of attraction, the 7 hermetic principles are a law. The law of gravity, it's a law. So you have to respect the law. And the law states that you can manifest and have whatever it is that you want, as long as you embody the wish fulfilled, as long as you embody, therefore, becoming the version of you that has what you want. And quantum physics is one of the only science that at least allow us to understand on a logical perspective why that is, through the effect of through the observer effect. If you want to know more about this quantum physics in relationship to the law of assumption, please go ahead and watch my replay to the webinar. These listed on my Etsy shop that I did a couple of months ago. So there is one fundamental thing that will block your manifestation, and it's the only thing that can block your manifestation, is wavering, is resistance, is doubt, is excess potential. This fourth stuff are the same thing. Because when you doubt your manifestation, is because you have created somehow, some way, an excess potential. The reason that is because excess potential is translated into, I feel separate from what I want, I feel that what I want is not inside of me. I do not feel a powerful creator. Therefore, I need to put whatever it is up on a pedestal, because it's only when I am going to get it that I'm going to feel happy. And the reason this is because you feel separate from what you want, which is the essence of desire. We desire things because we feel separate from them. Now, desires in and of itself are not a bad thing, because of course we're always going to have desires. We are here to experience, and that's great. So the initial stage of desire, actually, I believe, is pretty exciting. But what happens when you don't fully understand the law for whatever reason, even if you've read tons about it, but you don't fully understand it, you desire, you want it, and then the want, if you sit on that state, because not attachment is a state of being, and attachment is a state of being. So if you sit in the state of I want, it will translate itself into I need. And when it translates itself, the state of being, into I need, resistance or excess potential is created. So when excess potential is created, because you need these things to feel happy, you cannot sit in that assumption that you already have it in whatever way or another, whatever technique you're using. This thing that you want becomes more and more distant, and you rely more on the 3D to validate how you feel and to validate the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When this happens, doubt is created, negative thoughts are created, you spiral, or you get into an induced transition, which is nothing but spiraling. And doubt is generated because you have placed whatever it is that you want up on a pedestal, and yet again, you feel separate. When you feel separate, or when you are relying too much on the 3D, obviously you're gonna doubt. It's obvious, you guys, and I don't think you should feel guilty about this. It's just natural byproduct of your mind, because your brain is constructed in a way where it only understands the three-dimensional space. So if you don't put a little bit of effort, which later on it will be just natural, but if you don't discipline yourself a little bit in the beginning with the repetition of affirmations, sitting in the wish fulfilled, obviously you will idolize what you want and you will feel separate from it. You won't see it in the 3D immediately, because there is a slight delay between manifestation and the mirror getting back to you, or you quantum jumping in the reality that you want. And because of the delay, because of the sense of separation, your mind will start doubting, and doubt and wavering, or like Neville will put it, be double-minded, is what is blocking your manifestation. There is no way around it. Many of my clients, they still struggle with this, or they are feeling like, but I didn't see movement in months. It does not matter. Probably you need to become honest with yourself. Somewhere down the line you have wavered, because I promise you guys that if you decide and you have an intention and you clearly decide, and by the way, watch my video on accepting your desire, deciding, making choices and things like that. If you clearly decide what you want and you go, okay, I desire it, I choose it, this is who I am, I have it. And you sit in that state, you sit in that assumption without wavering, without doubting, without even being attached to it. And the reason why you're not attached to it is because you know that you are the creator. And I'm going to talk about it in a minute. So if you do this, I promise you guys, whatever it is that you want, I don't care how many months you have waited. I don't care how much you perceive this thing to be impossible. It will come to you in perfect ways. You will naturally create actions that are inspired to even push yourself to become that person even more. It will just, manifestation is perfect. In whatever shape or form, it will naturally unfold for you. Now, let's cover briefly, in order to finish this video on excess potential, how to not get attached, and why not attachment is good, and why it is possible. Now, attachment, and when I mean attachment, it doesn't mean that you absolutely don't care about what you want. You do, you can care about what you want, but you're not grasping on it like it's something outside of you. You care, knowing that whatever you want, you have the ability to create, and it is inside of you. It's slightly different. And the reason why you don't create attachment when you're successfully manifesting is not only because you understand that you already have it, but because you know that whatever happens in the 3D is an illusion. You should respect the illusion. However, you know it's temporary. You know that this is a game, and therefore your happiness is not defined by what you get, but you play the game of life and you become the creator, because it's a lot of fun to have these things, and it's a lot of fun to create your personal experience. If you can sit in the state of mind, that is already non-attachment. You don't need to do, oh my god, I'm a perfect yogi, I'm perfectly enlightened, and I don't desire anything anymore. You don't need to do that to manifest. It's just a slight adjustment in the levels, I will say, of desperation. You know you're not desperate for it, you know you can have it, but you're kind of like lighthearted about it. You know, it's not defining your identity, it's not defining your life. You are just choosing that experience with lightheartedness. That's already non-attachment, and that's why it's completely possible. Non-attachment is not a technique, it's a state of being. And so when it comes down to things that are important to human beings, such as money or such as love and relationship, you know you're gonna have them, you know everything is gonna be fine, but you don't necessarily need to be greedy for money to manifest them. You don't necessarily have to seek and be desperate for a person to manifest it. That is already non-attachment. Is that easy. Now, there is this entire talk that we can create every single assumption, and you could potentially even create, oh, the more I attach myself, the more I get what I want. I think you could. I think you definitely could, and if you want to go to that extent, do it. However, I do believe that if many teachers have taught this way of doing things, there is a reason. There could be an assumption, but I think that there is a universal reason why non-attachment works wonderful. And I also think why you should make this thing differently when human beings are programmed in a certain way. I mean, you can reprogram yourself however you want, but why do you want to struggle so much reprogramming every single core belief system when every single person that I talked on this planet, even people that are not into the law, even skeptics, all agree to this very one statement. It was very interesting interviews that I did around, you know, when I was around, I was asking people this stuff. Every single human being that I talked to has agreed to this. When I stopped seeking for what I want, it came to me. When I stopped being desperate for it, it came to me. When I stopped needing it, it came to me. Every single human being agreed to the statement. Why do you want to make it more difficult and change that natural programming, that natural human programming? And to be honest, if you want my humble opinion, I do believe that when you stop seeking for things, you stop applying excess potential and putting things up on a pedestal. The reason why they come to you is because you become a vibrational alignment to that, which translate you are living in the wish fulfilled. Because every single time, you guys, you want something, just ask yourself, how would I feel if I already have it? Would you put it on a pedestal? No. Let's give the example boyfriend, girlfriend. Come on, if you have been in a relationship, let's be realistic. You can love that person, you can think it's an amazing guy or an amazing girl, respect them, you can think they're amazing, but think about it. Would you ever put them on a pedestal? No, you wouldn't, guys. And people that are in marriages, healthy relationship, they've been together for years, they don't put each other on a pedestal because they see the other person as the team player, as their partner, and as equals. So it's common sense that if you want to live in the wish fulfilled, you wouldn't put your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband and wife up on a pedestal. You become that person that is already with them. So that's why it's a vibrational alignment. That's why vibrational alignment is the translation of assumption. When you assume something, you believe in it, you become it. Doesn't matter if the 3D said it's not true. You become it, and therefore the mirror shows it back to you. So every single time you just have to ask yourself, how would I feel if I would already have what I want? And sit in that assumption without too much attachment, because if you would have what you want, if you would be in the wish fulfilled, you wouldn't feel the need to be attached. You wouldn't feel the need to affirm all day. You will just know that you have it. Period. It's that simple. And I had enough of people complicating this, because it's this simple. Last thing that I want to say, I swear is the last thing. to make it easier for you, I do agree with the Vadim Zealand when I don't agree with everything that reality transurfing says, but this particular thing I kind of appreciate it and I agree. When he says to create negative slides and to declare defeat in advance. I do this all the, like, before I even read reality transurfing, I was already doing this. So I don't even think that is something that Vadim Zealand created. It's something that is common knowledge in the esoteric world. Like, this knowledge has been around for centuries. You can call it however you want. You can call it law of attraction, law of assumption, reality transurfing. It's not new. It's been there for ages, okay? So you declare defeat because you know and you acknowledge that there is in the infinite quantum field a possibility that you don't get what you want. And if you declare defeat and accept the possibility that there is a possibility, I'm not saying that you have to choose that possibility, but there is a possibility, a probability in the quantum field that there is a version of you that doesn't get what you want. If you accept this, live for a 1 minute the negative slide and just release all that pressure and tension of needing and to having and to get your willpower to get what you want. You just chill and say, fine, if I don't get it, I'm cool, I will be fine. Once that is done, you acknowledge, you easily accept this, you put it away and you say, I know that I will be fine if I don't get it. However, I choose to get it, and therefore I only focus on what I want. If you guys do this, there is no way your manifestation can be blocked. This is the only thing that can block manifestation. The only thing, which is essentially doubting. Because when you're doubting, you feel separate from your desire and you have put them on a pedestal, and doubt is the feeling of the excess potential. That's it. That's it. Okay, you guys, I really hope this video was helpful since it was requested. Comment down below, follow my Patreon for extra videos and challenges that I do here and there. Coaching is down below, and also my course that includes the meditation to enter the blank state on how to manifest with my formula a specific person. You find it on my Etsy shop. I love you guys and see you very soon.